What's up guys, this is CJ with CoinOpTV and we are going to show you a little bit more of Terraria today for the Xbox 360. Now today we've got something special for you guys. We're showing off a little bit of the drop-in, drop-out co-op. So shout out to John Venture, who I'm playing with here, who you can see his awesome work over on the CoinOpTV website. He actually did the review for Terraria, so you should definitely head on over there and check that out and let him know what you think. So today John and I are just kind of going on a little adventure in his world. I figured you guys saw enough of my world so far, so I'll get a little bit farther in that on my own time and we can kind of show you what John's got going on now. He's a little bit farther than I am. He's got a little bit more armor, he's got access to a few new areas that I haven't found yet, so this should give you a little bit more of a feel of what comes a little bit later in the game. Not too much farther than where I am, but a little bit farther. So what you can notice here is John's got a nice spear and he's got a grappling hook, which would make climbing a lot easier. As you can see, I'm having trouble getting up some of these ledges, so I actually have to just build a little bridge or a little step. But John's got the grappling hook, which kind of saves him a couple times, as you'll see. So we're just gonna take out some of these zombies here and head towards this new dungeon that John was kind of digging in earlier and wanted to show me around. So there's a lot to do, a lot to discover. As you can see here, we've transitioned from the normal world into kind of the Arctic world, and John also mentioned that there was a sand world, so kind of a desert world. So I'm sure there's more than that, but I've only seen the normal world and just a small glimpse of the snow world, if you remember from my last video. So we're kind of making our way here, seeing what we can find in this area, and there's John on his grappling hook again, but we will keep going and see what's down this giant hole here, actually. And it looks like maybe there's a cavern down there, so maybe we'll do a little digging here and see where we can get. Now John's got a few more tools than I do as well, so he can kind of gnaw through some of these blocks a little bit quicker, which is kind of nice. So instead of me spending my money on the gold pickaxe like I probably should have, I bought the gold sword. So eventually I'll have to get to that gold pickaxe that'll let me kind of get through some of these blocks quicker. So the one thing you do have to be careful of is jumping down holes like that. John kind of tested it out for me, but if you don't know where you're jumping, you may end up dying. If you can throw a block down, that's kind of what John did there. He threw a block down, heard water, so he knew it was safe to jump, and he jumped down. So right now we've got this kind of big pool of water here, so we're going to see what's going on here and see if we can try to at least drain it a little bit and see if there's anything at the very bottom. Now what John was kind of explaining to me here is if he happens to fall in the water, which is my problem a lot, with that grappling hook he can easily just find an open ceiling space and grapple up and get air again, where I'd probably drown. So there is definitely a lot of stuff to do as you go on and as you unlock stuff and craft different things throughout the game that will help you in your traversal of the environment. So John's kind of digging down there. I'm going to dig to the left here and see if we can... Ooh. I don't know if you just saw, but over by John here, there's a heart. Now, those of you that played Zelda and probably other games like that know what hearts do. They will add to your overall health count, so this will be a good time to try to drown or try to get rid of this water so we can get that heart. I don't think you can harvest it without getting rid of the water, so John and I are going to try to dig some tunnels here to get that water to drain. And let's see what we can do. Now, from playing with him, he mentioned there are all kinds of stuff in the world to find, like those hearts, the treasure chests that you saw in the very first part of the video that were in his house. He found all of those. I have a couple in my game that are like that. You also find statues of various different things. I have one in my house in my game, but that's the one I built. You can just find them laying around the game as well. So there are all kinds of random things to stumble upon, random things that you can pick up and keep in your house. I think John even said he found a grandfather clock at one point in time. So all kinds of stuff you can do, and he also shared my sentiment that this is one of those games, like Minecraft, that you can get started digging, and while to somebody else watching you digging may not be that exciting, you can spend 3 hours digging, and it's the most satisfying thing in the world, because you found this crater, or you found this little area with this treasure chest in it. So it's definitely one of those games that will eat up all your time if you're not careful. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But so far the co-op has ran great. There's been a little bit of glitchiness here and there, like I think you'll see here coming up in the video. A little bit of the water kind of gets out of sorts and doesn't flow right, but aside from that it worked pretty well. You'll get some enemies that will kind of glitch around you a little bit, but overall we didn't notice much of a problem. So I think I've found an opening here where I can try to get this water to drain into, so we'll give that a shot. It looks like, yeah, see, here's what I mentioned with the water. You can kind of see that it's showing me underwater, but you only see one blue line of water above my head, so it's kind of weird, but we got around it pretty easily. So see, John's down there. He must have a lot more breath than I do currently, because he has been down there working for a while. So you'll see him jump over and grapple up, get some air, and then disappear again. So it's really a fun thing to try to just dig around and see and drain these big pools of water and see if there's anything underneath them. So as I keep digging here, it looks like John's digging from the bottom up. I might try to dig the hole into where that red slime is. He's just chilling over there, and maybe that'll help with some of this water. But the snow level looks pretty nice, and you'll get all these nice snow blocks that you can build with. I'm sure they'll melt if you put too much fire near them or something like that. That's not something I've played with yet, but it'd be interesting to try. So I'm going to try to take out this red blob here. Get rid of him. See, there's a little bit of glitchiness there where he kind of warps around, but you eventually take him out. There we go. Let's see if I can get some of this water to actually go into this opening that I've got. A little bit more digging. Snow blocks for everybody. Now, a lot of the stuff you'll find early on will help you crafting later on. Like you can see in my inventory, I have one of the stars that drops at night, and those you can craft different things with later on. John was kind of mentioning when we were playing about different armor sets, like special armor sets you can eventually craft as well. Like you can get basically Link's outfit from The Legend of Zelda. You can get different things like that that are just kind of tributes to other games, which I find really cool, and you might need a wiki or something to figure out eventually how to get those, but you know, that's all part of the process in these types of games in Minecraft and that kind of thing. So we'll keep digging here and we'll eventually get this water to spill out. Taking a little while. John's still digging straight down a little bit. He said he's played multiple times with co-op partners, but it's one of those things where you kind of really need somebody that's on a headset talking to you. He said one guy came into his game and just started shooting fireballs everywhere and didn't really do anything, so it's kind of hard to play if you don't have anybody on your headset or if you don't have one specific goal. So looks like we've got that heart now. You can go over here, and all you need to do is use the hammer and bust it open. So I've got a heart now, and I can use it and get an extra health spot, but that's pretty much what we wanted to show you, at least for the starting co-op. So definitely be sure to go on over to the CoinOpTV YouTube channel, leave us some comments, and tell us maybe what you want to see next time, what I could do better, what you want to see overall, and if you want to see more co-op or anything like that. So we definitely enjoy bringing you guys these videos, and we hope you enjoy watching us dig through and fight some monsters. So head on over to the CoinOpTV YouTube channel, check out John's review on the actual CoinOpTV site, and thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.